From the Middle is proud to be a founding member of Odd Pods Media. Hey everyone, if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome to From the Middle. We're a comedy, culture, entertainment, and interview style podcast. And your hosts are three middle-class guys living in the middle of America, in the middle chapters of our lives, with points of view that generally fall somewhere in the middle. And we never get political, so don't worry. We are ramping up for the holidays, and we couldn't be more excited. We tell you some of the ways that we and our children are celebrating at school as they wrap up before the break. We talk about some gifts that you could and definitely shouldn't bring to a white elephant gift exchange. And then we wrap up with some of the things that we are streaming, including Steve from Blue's Clues having a new podcast and Instagram profile. We're super stoked about it. What a good guy he is. Anyway, we enjoyed recording this episode. We hope you enjoy listening. And in case we don't record next week during Christmas, I'm sure you'll understand. We'll keep you posted. We're not quite sure yet. We'll do something. How's that? We'll do something at the very least. Enjoy this episode. Merry Christmas.
Oh, for the love.
Sorry, just clearing my Mountain Dew hole.
I got my phone hole cleaned today.
That's where you keep it? You're so cerebral and you're so developed and evolved. From the Middle after dark over here.
So, tis the season.
Yeah, tis the season. Blink of bright red and green. How's everybody doing?
I'm just like really enjoying the ramp up, man. Like,
yeah,
Christmas music playing 24/7 in the household, fireplace going 24/7 in the household, baking Christmas cookies, got a real Christmas tree for the second year.
Yeah, dude.
So we have two trees. We're not quite as fancy as you over there, Kendall, but we've got one artificial skinny tall one with all the memorable ornaments. And then we did a second tree, a live tree for the second one. And this year, Sherry picked out the oversized, chunky, colorful bulbs.
Yeah, I love it.
And tinsel. She's a big fan of the tinsel. So we got silver tinsel on it.
You know, if you're going to do silver tinsel on a real tree is the way to do that because you get rid of it.
Yep. The dogs are drinking the water out of the base. It's
Absolutely.
like, it's a good old fashioned family Christmas over here.
That's
how I'm doing.
I've briefly and at times talked about the without naming specifically where I work, but we're fully remote company. And part of my feeling in the Christmas spirit, you know, at some point you're like, I've been there a while. What's anyone gonna say if I do something they don't like? So I've just decided random meetings. I just throw up the crackling fireplace from YouTube on full screen as people join, just like they're just stepping into crackling fireplace. And today it was like 10 minutes into a meeting before it's like, oh, we should probably flip to like the notes that we're going to use to run this session.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to randomly keep doing that for any meetings that I have left for the rest of the year. It's kind of fun.
I like it. The kids are doing this is their last week of school before break. And they're doing a spirit week. So every day has a theme. And Lydia, who is on student council, has a hand in planning spirit week. And Monday they had festive lights day. So wear battery operated lights or bright or shiny clothing. And it was cute. We did our kids up. They all wanted to partake and we got them stuff. Man, I wish I would have. Amy probably has some pictures, but they were like, two of our kids were like wrapped in lights. It was pretty sweet. So
yeah, Amy needs to send me photos. We'll put that on the YouTube thumbnail. Are there any cars in your neighborhood that are completely wrapped in lights?
Saw one today on the freeway.
This is a new thing.
Yeah.
I've seen a few with them in the interior, like around the cabin or in a truck. And when we were at Disney, I saw a handful of strollers that people had wrapped them around like the bars of the strollers and up the handles. And I don't know if people must be running them off battery packs or something, but
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that too. So very fun and festive. Does it
This
feel?
car I saw was like they were almost in too even of a pattern or distribution. So I'm like, is there like a mesh or something? Like they were.
Uh,
It was a really
Probably.
nice, like a staggered grid. I'm like, what's going on? They were small. They weren't like tree lights. They were like almost like fiber optic-y, smaller little lights.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't they make like mesh ones you can just lay on bushes to like evenly spread out the
yeah.
lights? Maybe they like pinned one of those up in their car or
It's
something.
one of my pet peeves when people use the net lights way incorrectly. And you
What's
just,
incorrect?
when you look at it and it looks like they just took a square and draped it over something that's not square. And so now it's got this like the weird arc at the bottom, hard line at the end. And looks terrible.
So what's the part they're getting wrong? They need a bigger thing of lights or a smaller bush?
They
Like
yes, they need more lights than they thought they needed
it's
so that they can
smaller
cover the
bushes
bush.
or more lights.
Mm-hmm.
So really just prune those bushes down super tiny before Christmas. And
Or
then you
buy
can
more
like
lights.
or buy more lights. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like is it also trendy, super trendy to get those like year-round outdoor lights that are like LED strips and you can change the
Oh,
light.
that like started popping off like last year. Like
Yeah,
everybody had them all of a sudden last year.
now you can like set them off an app for like Halloween or 4th of July or whatever else is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I think
this,
they're pretty cool, but it is funny how like they just our neighborhood, like you just drive down the road and just count how many people have that going on.
Mm.
Look at that
so
car.
this, so this white car is kind of close to what I saw. See
Mm-hmm.
how they're kind of like in rows or like a grid almost?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I saw. It wasn't like just slapping string lights like this.
The one in like the upper left corner there,
Yeah.
that's kind of like what I just saw today on the freeway.
Yeah, he's pulled over.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're allowed to do that.
I don't know
Um,
either.
yeah, anyway, it's a fun time.
Question about the whole Spirit Week thing, by the way.
Yeah.
Um, are they, does it feel like that's a thing we never did? Like I feel like what I remember happening was like the last day before school. It's like we're gonna have some cookies and some fruit punch and we'll play Christmas songs for 20 minutes. Now go get on the bus.
Yeah.
That's kind of what
That's
it felt like.
that's what I remember too.
Okay.
Is that sort of thing. We would have like if the football team was doing really good and there was like a big game going on, we would have like our colors were red and black, so we would have like a red and black day on football Friday. Every once in a while we had a hat day that I was always real excited about, that we were allowed to wear a hat in school.
Yeah. Okay.
And my kids are allowed to wear a hat in school, period. These days.
That's
And
so
then
weird.
yeah, that was, I mean, I remember pajama day a couple times in elementary school. Because we actually were, I mean, it was just a normal public school, but I gather that like our dress code was different from or stricter than a lot of other dress codes, even for people my age when they were in school. So like we weren't allowed to wear um pajama pants to school unless it was pajama day. Like that was not allowed. Um and yeah, we weren't allowed to wear hats. Shorts were only allowed during certain months,
Hmm.
that sort of thing.
Yeah, we were at a our daughter did a basketball camp, so she got invited to go to like the kids' night where they would go out with the players and walk across the court and whatever. So we were at a JV and varsity basketball game, and the number of kids that had like sandals on with socks. Now, presumably, this is in the evening. They've gone home and they've changed and they've come back. It's winter. It's been very cold in Ohio. I'm guessing they didn't wear that to school, but to your point, it does seem like kids can almost wear any kind of like pajamas, sweatpants, whatever. And I don't know if these kids are allowed to wear sandals with socks to school or if they like went home and changed and came back. But I was surprised at the number of mop heads walking around with sweatpants and sandals and socks on. Also, we were talking about cars decked out in lights. This is near me. This is a laundromat that's like decked out. in Christmas lights. And this year they've made it bigger. If you're on YouTube, you can see there's like off to the right. Can you see my mouse? Is that moving?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Off to the right, they've strung lights out to these light poles and then back
Ooh.
as well. So like the parking lot, but they really the photo almost doesn't do it justice. It's like Christmas Vacation when Clark's house is lit up in the neighborhood kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't need a laundromat, but if I did, that's where I would go because they're throwing out some holiday whimsy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, good job. Smile more laundry.
Yeah. Good job, Smile More. That's
Shout
very
out to Smilemore and Nurk. I love that it's a laundromat too. Not a restaurant, not a shopping location, a laundromat.
Yep. Why not? Make it fun,
That's
you
fun.
know? You're forced to come here and throw quarters in our machines. At least you get to look at some pretty lights while you're here. But doesn't that feel like it could be a thing? Like a laundromat with really good Wi-Fi and like some TVs set up with different shows and stuff on and like a good snack vending machine.
Bar.
Okay.
A bar laundromat would be, it probably exists. I'm sure
Yeah.
it does. That's too good of an idea.
Yeah. I was thinking more like one of those vending machines that has like good food in it, like whole sandwiches and cup of noodles with like a little counter and a microwave, and you could like make noodles while you're there and eat, and they have Wi-Fi. But bar, sure. Yeah, do that too.
Hey, if you're passionate about it, that can be your side hustle
Yeah.
and get things crack-a-lacking. Just
Not-
not,
Not so passionate, I need to go do it. But if
Okay,
right.
somebody else wants to go do it, and I ever needed a laundromat, big asterisk, then yes, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. I don't recommend the egg salad.
Probably not. Yeah.
do not get the sushi either. Speaking of spirit weeks and fun, like last week of school before Christmas vacation. So our son is in STEM, and all semester he's been talking about this Shark Tank project where they get to come up with an invention, come up with a cost per unit, come up with a price, do some market research, see if there's ever been a patent on a product similar before. And then parents got tapped on the shoulder and said, hey, will you come in and be sharks for these kids to present their products? So Sherry and I said, yeah, we both work from home and not working right now. So we're like, let's go. So snow day, delay, blah, blah, blah. They had to push it back one time. And then the day that it got pushed back to 2 was a 2-hour delay day. And so the class was truncated to like only 30 minutes or whatever. So we thought we were going in just to be the sharks for our own son and nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
And we also thought there would be other parents. We were the 2 sharks for the whole STEM class.
Oh.
And we had to give the kids, I forget what they're called, something bucks. They had a clever name. You had 1,000 whatever bucks to give the kids for their project. And the teacher gave us like a list of questions to ask the kids, and it was kind of fun. But the teacher's very sweet and loves our son, but she also didn't like, she gave us this clear and simple instructions, but there was no like, hey, don't really press the kids with your questions, because they did their best, but these are made up products. Like, I'm thinking I'm going to make a kid cry. But then Sherry and I just decide, like, we're just going to lean into this and make it fun and like lean back and chew on our pen and like,
Yeah.
just like do it up big for the class. So we had a kind of a fun time, and I thought that was something clever and fun.
Are you under NDA, or can you tell us about the best products that were pitched to you?
Well, there was only 2. One was a fidget toy made by 2 boys who started this business together. It was called the Doink Toy. And it had like a little thumb joystick and was 3D printed and whatever. Our son came up with cookies, but there were marshmallows in between the 2 cookies. And I'm sure they were delicious 3 weeks ago when they were originally supposed to do Shark Tank. But because he's my son, I still had to try one of the tasty, super hard cookies. It was fun as he was preparing to give this presentation, and I take him to martial arts twice a week. So we get 20 minutes there and 20 minutes back twice a week. So lots of car time. It's really good. And on one of the days, we were talking about Shark Tank, and I was asking if he's ever watched the show, and he said like a little bit for class. They're trying to research or whatever. So I don't know how it came to be, but I'm just trying to be fun dad in the car, and so I start pretending that I am the pitcher on Shark Tank, pitching solutions to obvious problems with silly things like, don't you hate it when you're staring at something and your eyes dry out? Well, sharks, boy, do I have the solution for you. It's called blinking. Ha ha. But then I got more and more animated with my idiot presenter voice. Hey, sharks, my name's Roger. Don't you hate it when? And I would like, and it just, he was laughing so hard he was crying. And just like, hey, don't you hate it when you eat too much food and you explode? Well, I created something you're going to love. It's called pooping. And for just this many dollars, you can have a 25% stake in my company. He's just, 11-year-old son. Like, he's just loving it.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, that's awesome.
fun times. But we had a good Shark Tank experience.
You tapped into emotional storytelling because poop is always funny. You know what I mean?
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
Man, I did a similar kind of thing to entertain my wife. So
Talked about pooping.
it works for all ages. So her car didn't start on this stupid cold morning to go to work, and so I took her to work, and then got the car fixed back up. And all the while, I was like diagnosing the problem, then giving her a call and asking. And I was Kendall from Kendall's Wrench You Were Here auto service, and it was fun.
That's
Can
cute.
you give us a sampling of the things you said, and
Yeah.
maybe if you did any voices?
Basically it was my autopilot voice. Hey, this is Kendall from Wrench You Were Here. Hey, we've got your 2000 Ford something here, and we got it in here and tested the battery out, and the battery is supposed to at rest be at about 12.5 to 12.6 volts. And I tested her out at rest, and she only clocked in at just 11.5. So that's a little bit low. And then I decided to try to crank the engine over with the tester hooked up, and it shouldn't drop below 10 amps while you're 10 volts while you're trying to start the vehicle. Yours was down in the 9s somewhere, and that's just not going to do. So question for you. Do you happen to know the trade-in value on this thing? I'll shoot you straight, ma'am. I'll shoot you straight.
And what does she do when you're doing this? Is she just like,
she was
can you
laughing
hear
the
her
whole
eye
time.
rolling? Okay, got it.
She was laughing. There was I came up with a joke toward the end that I had to force in there too. There's we charge an extra finger relief fee when it's this cold outside. We call it Atom when atoms stop moving cold. And I know what you're thinking, little Miss Scientist, that atoms aren't actually frozen at this temperature, that we'd all be dead. But Adam is the name of our lead technician. And when it gets cold enough, he just says, I ain't doing it. Yeah. And here we are. So there's going to be an extra charge for that. Couldn't help but notice that I had to move the air box out of the way to get the battery out there. And the air flitter there was a little bit dirty. I'm going to recommend one of those. How much did you say the resale value is?
And you bring up alternative forms of payment.
I did not.
Dude, that's a missed opportunity right there.
It sure was. It sure was. So anyway.
That's fun. Fun husbands and dads. I love it. Are you guys doing any work parties or like church or neighborhood parties? White elephants, other than family stuff, like
my wife's work did a white elephant party at a really cool restaurant. I forget the name of it. Cooper Hawk.
Oh yeah, Cooper's Hawk at Easton.
Cooper's Hawk, yeah.
Jerry's favorite.
There. It was delightful.
Yeah,
did that. And what did I score there? I got a blanket that has Beaker from the Muppets on it.
Nice.
Yeah. That's what I ended up getting. I gave a loaf of bread that had lottery tickets in between slices of bread.
Oh, wonder if they just tossed the bread out.
I don't know. I handled it with gloves, and I made that known to the person who ended up with it. and washed my hands before I set the whole thing up. So the bread was perfectly fine. That gift did get stolen once.
So they did know
So
there were tickets in there.
They did know.
That's the first I've heard of that.
Yeah, well, it was Amy's idea. I don't know where she had heard of it, or maybe she came up with it, but no. So like the person who opened it and was just like, "Oh, it's a loaf of bread," and I'm like, maybe there's something in there. And so then she like got through. So now I had her dirty mitts all over the first few slices of bread before she came to the lottery cards, which were in Ziploc bags as well, by the way. Each lottery card was in a
very
Ziploc
thoughtful
bag. So the bread was very usable.
Yeah, these Ziploc bags and lottery cards are really ruining my bread. You know what I mean? Germing up my bread.
Yeah.
It's always funny when there's that awkward moment in a white elephant where there's what the gift appears to be, and then there's like the gift within the gift or the joke or the gag, right?
Right.
So I just had one this past weekend with the church's worship team. And the way that our church does that is that there's 3 or 4 teams and you kind of rotate, but you're generally with the same handful of people. So you, like me, I've been on worship team for a couple of years, but I'm really only regularly seeing 5 or 6 people.
Yeah.
This is important context to the story. So when I'm thinking about what gifts to bring for the white elephant, the instructions said that it could be something used, something funny like a gag gift, or something serious, but try to make it musically themed in some fashion. So I'm like, all right. And I thought I had what I thought was a really great idea. So I still have in my garage a couple of still wrapped CD copies of Dylan and I's mom's last CD. So I was like, this will be great. The people that I'm on worship team, the people that I see regularly will think that this is hilarious, right?
Okay.
So we get to the host family's house and there's like a lot more people there than I thought there would be. And there's like kids of people on worship team and spouses of people on worship team. So we're like upwards of 50 people. And I'm like, I don't know a lot of these people. And so now the joke of like, hey, it's your mom's CD is feeling like that's going to be lost a little more because some people don't even know who I am.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh man, really? So I don't know. We get halfway through the big circle and they had different rules. It's typical rules. You can only steal once per round and you can't take your own gift right back and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, the person opens Dylan and I's mom's CD and they go, Kelly Spallinger. It's Spallinger, but whatever. And the CD name is Dying Moments. And then I stand up, I give it a moment to let the person appear confused. And I go, it's my mom's last CD. But the group takes it like she's dead.
Yeah.
Because the album is called Dying Moments. And I said, it's my mom's last CD. And then the whole room gets deathly quiet. And I go, no, she's still with us. And then everybody has a laugh of relief. Like, what was I supposed to, her last release?
Her most recent
album.
Most recent.
But the fact that it was called Dying Moments. So then the lady's like, oh my gosh, I sat here thinking, you've given me your mom's last, and for all I know, it's your last copy. So is this like a
it's
situations
your mom
that I
recorded her memoirs before she died, and you don't want it anymore, and thought this would be a fun gag.
Also, when people don't know you very well, your mom could not be a singer, and that was the last CD she had in her own collection.
Yes.
And you don't even know who it's just some artist.
How do I find a way of making not awkward moments as cringe and awkward as possible? Oh my gosh. So here's what I ended up with.
Dude, that's solid.
A preserved gator head. And how is this musical, you ask? Well, the gift giver had 3D printed guitar picks, and they called this a guitar pick holder because they had little holes in the guitar picks. So this is my new guitar. Look, he's got marbles for eyes.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome.
I love
So
it.
somebody wanted to get rid of their gator head and found a way to shove music something in it. Is
Yep.
that what
Yeah.
I'm hearing? Yeah.
Yeah, but we had a fun time. So, yeah, that's that story. Well, this feels like a really great time to take a quick break and hear from some of our friends in Odd Pods Media.
Bingo.
Hey, this is Grab and Brisket Podcast. Join us every Monday where we talk about the latest trends in barbecue, interviews with world top pitmasters, celebrity cooks,
Ooh, like Wee Man from Jackass.
and musicians.
Like Rich O'Toole?
So check us out. We do beer reviews, barbecue fails.
So many fires.
Dude, a lot of people just burn their houses down for no reason.
We also talk about cocaine hippos versus meth gators,
Learn how to make some tailgate gravy.
altercations with Texas Rangers.
People throwing Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah, so check out grabthebrisket.com for podcast info, viral social media posts, and so much more.
Is your popcorn ready? Then pull up a chair and join me, Robert Yanis Jr., at Crooked Table Productions, where we discuss the world of film from a fresh angle on 2 exciting shows. On Close Watch, we get to know our guests through the movies they love, from current hits to timeless classics. And on Franchise Detours, we believe no movie series travels in a straight line as we explore the journeys of series like Rocky, X-Men, and Child's Play. Both Close Watch and Franchise Detours are proud members of the Odd Pods Media Network. Find them wherever you get your podcasts and on crookedtable.com. We'll see you at the movies.
As I have a customer service story for you, if you will.
Oh, we love them. We love them.
Do it.
So I recently bought a lockbox from a company, and it's the second lockbox of theirs. This one was cheaper and smaller and different. And so I thought, hey, the first one seems to be pretty good, even though it's from a inexpensive line of things. I'll go ahead and get my next one from them as well. And so I did. And the thing arrives, and just like with the first one that I ordered from them, it clearly came straight from China. Like I had to wait for it to get across on a boat and all of this stuff. Very little interaction from the company. The company who shipped it was Uni, which I had never heard of before. It was the same company both times.
Is that like the pizza oven company?
Yes, but there's a separate Chinese company that does deliveries as well, and they don't give you tracking information or anything like that themselves. And so you buy through Shopify or Shopee or whatever whatever shop, I think is the name of the app. And you can get updates through them if you're signed up. So it takes a long time to get there. When it finally shows up, I'm all excited about this thing. It has a fingerprint thing on it and a code and a key. And I use the key. I opened the box up, which has seen better days. There's no instructions. There's no paperwork whatsoever with this thing. The keys are taped to it that are in their own plastic bag, but taped to the lockbox itself. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I can probably figure this out. Turn the key, the box opens, and then I find a reset button on my own because I didn't have help trying to find that. And then there were verbal commands on do this to set code or whatever. And so I did that. And then do this to set fingerprint. And so I, put my finger around different, just like you do on your phone, just like you used to do on your phone. And it all worked out to get it all set up. And then the fingerprint scanner and the code don't actually unlock the thing. I can hear a motor turning, but lid's not opening. Key still works. So I'm like, dadgummit.
The main feature of the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the whole reason, like I don't want a keyed lockbox. Like the point is that I don't have to hide keys somewhere. Right. And so I email the place during business hours. I give them an email because that's the only way that you have to find the email and send them an email and explain that all to them. And Didn't hear back that day. It was a Thursday, which was fine. But then at like 3 a.m, probably somewhere around there on Friday morning, I got an email back. And that's the first clue, right? They're not from around here. Got an email back that is very Englishly worded and requested to see a photo, or if it helps, a video, so that our tech team can review and tell you what to do next. So
based on based on your beautiful storytelling and everything you've told me thus far, I have so little hopes for the rest of this story.
Yes. Yes. And so I do, during my normal business hours on Friday, get that done. And then I get an email back overnight, Friday into Saturday, that said, I will forward this to our tech team, but they cannot respond right away due to weekends. And so then overnight on Monday night into Tuesday, I get another email back that said, the technicians say that sometimes the motor pops up and you need to press it down with something to make motor more secure. Please see video. That was the email. One short little paragraph, that's what it was, with a link to a website that I've never heard of before that has a video that I can download onto my phone. And there was a preview, but the preview was only a minute long. And I click on the preview, and in the preview, you've got this guy who already has the whole thing dismantled, right? So he's like into electronics already on the preview of this video. And so I'm like, okay, so surely I'm missing a bunch of this video. This is just a preview. They have to download it. So I did. I downloaded it into Drive, Google Drive specifically, and opened it up on the browser. And no, that 1 minute video was indeed the entirety of the video. So then I deleted that and went back to just watching the preview, and which was the whole video. And so now, like, I'm figuring out, which wasn't difficult to do, but I'm figuring out how to dismantle this mechanism myself, because it didn't show me that. Get to the point where I can see what I'm seeing in the video. And the guy literally, he's narrating in Chinese. So that was not helpful. It was just like a dude sitting at his desk, and you see him like take the cover off the thing. You see him kind of like point to what is the motor, and then he has like a scrap piece of like envelope next to him, and he kind of like points to the envelope and points down to the thing, and then puts it back together, puts the cover back on the thing, and then that's the end of the video. And so what I'm seeing here is that he wants me to take some paper and put it on top of the motor so that when the cover comes on, it holds the motor down tighter. And I tried that and it didn't work. And then I opened it up again and I'm looking at the thing and I'm messing around with some stuff. Meanwhile, like literally a couple springs are popping here and there and other things. And so now like I have this mechanism completely dismantled. And now I'm trying to figure out, because I didn't take a picture beforehand or anything, how this is supposed to go back together, and the direction of the torsion on these springs and all of this stuff I'm figuring by myself. Meanwhile, I find what the actual problem was, and it was a janky little piece of plastic. And that was actually coming out, and I was able to get that reoriented. And I did end up fixing the thing on my own, but it was wild to me. Like, it didn't take me very long over the course of, I was obviously disappointed to hear, hey, we sent a video on how you can fix this yourself. Like, okay. But it sounds like you guys know that this is a janky product and you're not just telling me to ship it back. That's kind of what I want to hear from you. And then I'm down there working on the dumb thing, and I'm like, they're expecting customers to be in here saying how crappily this dumb thing is put together. Blacksmith safes, never buy anything from them ever is what I'm getting at.
I'm surprised you even got a reply to the email, to be honest.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
was kind of expecting you're on
thing
your
was
own.
cheap, not the cheapest, but it was cheaper than many.
Yeah.
I am going to keep it. I'm just not going to have in a situation where I need to trust it.
There have been
Anyway.
some times with some of those on the cheaper end of products where they're like, remove remove circuit panel, and I'm like, I'm out.
Well, no, not
Or you know what I
interested.
mean? Or like resolder these. And I'm like, okay, I'm out. So good for you, man, for making it happen and sticking with it.
I mean, if I get an email, I'm not going to get an email back asking how it went. But if I do, I'm going to very firmly request that that I can get a refund somehow for this thing. And even though I was able to get the thing fixed, I'm not going to let them know that. I'll just re-break it and send it back to them if they'll let me do that, because I don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
Does this make you feel does it make you kind of sour on the whole websites with resellers and things like Amazon when things aren't shipped sold directly from Amazon? Walmart has resellers on it. I've
Yep.
never done Temu or whatever. I don't have like I just like Bree just ordered a shirt 10 days ago and it had 2-day shipping and it was in Worcester, Ohio, which is very close.
Mhm.
So most things, if the order goes out, most reasonable mail shipping, things like that. If it's in the same state in Ohio, you're going to probably get it in 2 days anyways, right? Like mail is almost next day. USPS picks it up going in Ohio. They'll probably get it the next day, 2 days at most. So we're thinking Worcester's what, like an hour or two from Columbus? I don't know.
Yeah.
So it can't take that long. 10 days later, because it was ordered through Walmart, but a seller, today she finally reached back out and was like, I don't need it anymore. It was for my daughter's Spirit Week stuff. She's like, I'll order this cute shirt for her to wear for the thing. So it's like, it's over now. We missed the thing. And it
Yeah.
still says it's out for delivery 10 days later from an hour or two away from Columbus. And I just like, I'm so tired of all the sellers on the thing. And if you're not getting it directly from the thing, I don't know. I get annoyed. I'm like, Walmart, your whole thing is that you're selling the thing, not that you have sellers on your website selling things.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just,
Even with the Etsy and the eBay, like I have such a low tolerance for any sort of hiccup in. If I gotta talk to a guy who's like, "Sorry, man, had a rough week. I'm getting it out later than," like, I shouldn't. I just have I'm so spoiled, I guess, with premium user interfaces on Apple products and like seamless customer service for the most part, so that anytime there's like a, "Hey, so here's the thing," I'm like, so spoiled.
yeah, I'm tired, boss. You know, it's just,
Yeah.
I'm so tired of, I guess I'll just won't buy anything. I don't know. I don't know where to go. It's like you still need things. I don't know where to go that's going to make it easy. Everyone seems to make it hard. Amazon won't even send you a box anymore. They're going to charge you, or you got to go drop it off at a certain place to even send something back. I don't know. It just makes me not want to buy anything. That's where I get.
Yeah, it's if you're a Prime member, like whenever I buy anything from Amazon, I just automatically click the Prime filter, and I like just show me
Yeah.
things that are Prime available
With
and
4.5
shipping.
star ratings and above. I don't want to see anything else.
Yeah, I don't want anything
Don't
else.
show me that garbage. Raises an interesting thing because I don't know if I could say I pride myself on it at this point. I've never, even as a trial, subscribed to Prime. I've never had it. I don't know. I feel like everyone had. I'm probably the only person left in the world who's never had Prime.
Hey, good for you. There's worse things to be proud of. I like that.
Yeah. And so that's not even a thing in my mind. Like, I'm just like, if I can't get it quickly, curbside somewhere local, if I at least see it's direct from Amazon, but I have no, I should say low. I have no expectations from Amazon that anything will actually ever ship. If it's urgent or I need it fast, I won't buy it, or I'll buy it knowing it could be 3 weeks or 2 days. Anywhere, I expect anywhere in between, maybe even a month or two at Christmas time. I don't know. I can't assume anything will come on time, but that's probably because I've never had Prime. My
I was gonna
expectations are so low. But isn't it true that like Prime 2 day shipping is only 2 day shipping once it's ready to ship? It might take several days to be ready to ship.
No,
And
it
then-
tells you guaranteed delivery date 2 days from now.
Okay. And I know one guy that I knew was in Cincinnati and was super excited because they had like was it the Amazon drone delivery or the same day or next hour or whatever? Like,
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can do that too from here. Like there'll be things if you're in Central Ohio. I don't know how close you have to be to a warehouse to have this, but like there'll be things even that ship from warehouse to our warehouse, and I see it the next morning, and it'll tell me that. Usually, it's like if I were to try to order something, let's say, so it's like almost 10 p.m. right now, our time. So they won't do like overnight and it's here by 8 a.m. But they'll do like if you order within the next 2 hours and 40 minutes on any order of $25 or more, we can get these items, those items that are marked this way, we can get them to you by 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And then they do that every once in a while. They miss that and it's a little bit later or the next day, but I've never had any of those guaranteed delivery dates like that go any farther than the next day.
Yeah, I would say, Dylan, that your expectation of Amazon is based on the fact that you've not done Prime, because
Yeah.
we've been Prime members for before I ever worked for the company, and have had with Prime products like one or two issues ever. And I'm just talking like a slight delay. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Not trying to sell you on it,
But other things, I feel like shipping has gotten worse this Christmas season. I get it that it's like busy, but it's probably just our family. I mean, we certainly didn't order more stuff than we normally order around Christmas time, but we've had two situations, one with USPS, one with UPS, where they have obviously lost a package, or in one case, it ended up in Columbus and then ended back up in like Indianapolis and then came back to Columbus again. And it just like every single day you get a new delivery date update. And like I ordered a pair of slippers from DXL like 2.5 weeks ago, and I'm still getting fresh delivery dates every day. And it's clear to me at this point that they just don't know where the dumb things are. But
they're gone. You're gonna get the Christmas vacation, like the knock on the door at like the 10th hour, like the Jelly of the Month Club delivery. Hope you didn't need these for Christmas. Kind of.
Is this Mr. Grinsman?
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe they're trying like.
We can't ever let anyone from the greatest generation hear what we're lamenting about on this podcast, because they're like, back in my day, I had to make it with my bare hands, and you're bitching about it taking one day longer to show up on your front porch.
If it's not 8 a.m. delivery, I riot.
That's right.
I send it back.
But we can avoid this, right? Like, aren't there all the telltale signs? Like when you go to a website, your instinct kicks in and you're like, I can just tell by this website something doesn't feel right. Or they're like, use our app, and then their app doesn't even format to your phone correctly, so you have to like zoom in on things and you're like, all roads lead to this never coming to my house. Or me having to repair it myself once it arrives. We did the whole like we were trying to buy a licensed t-shirt or hoodie, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure this Etsy seller doesn't have the rights to Pokemon, but we're trying to buy this thing for our kid.
Yeah.
Wrong shirt size, clearly like silk screened in like a funky way. Like it's just like a regular Gildan shirt with like
Those are so icky and hot. I don't want the Gildan, and it's going to be that generic medium gray that's like really splotchy
heather gray. Like you're just like, Speaking of, we don't bring it up enough, but we have shirts. You can get merch.
Speaking of crappy shirts,
What is it? TeePublic? I don't know. We'll post the
Yeah.
link. Buy our stuff.
It'll be in the description below for sure. But yeah, use that link because I mean, if you see our merch on other websites, it is not from us.
I wore my Underthinker shirt today, and it's what made me think of it. We don't talk about it enough, so we'll post it below. So get yourself an Underthinker shirt. Shout out to Jonathan for his idea on that one. Or you can get the From the Middle logo on almost anything you'd like. A pillow, a mug, a flag, a hat.
Yeah.
We got it all.
Yeah, you guys know how the team shirt model website thing works.
yeah.
It's that. That's what it is.
You guys streaming anything fun before we close out?
I watched one new Christmas movie. I feel like there's been a few more new Christmas movies the last few years that have been fun. We talked about Spirited probably like 4 years ago now, but whenever that came out. So this year we saw a new one on Prime called Oh What Fun, and it's Michelle Pfeiffer and Dennis Leary. And it was fine. It was a good movie, and it kind of wrapped up too quickly. But the reason that I wanted to mention it, not the best Christmas movie, but certainly fine if you like new things. But it does raise a good point. Make sure during the holiday season to offer a huge thank you to all the moms out there that create so much of the magic behind the scenes that we experience sort of as a given year over year. And ask them how you can help them during the holiday season. What kind of things do they need help with? Because there's probably a lot of things. So that was a nice takeaway from the movie. But yeah, perfectly nice. It's crazy. I had kind of forgotten. I don't know the last time I saw Michelle Pfeiffer in something. Her eyes are piercing, and it's crazy watching that movie because it's like so bright and colorful. And it's like, could burn a hole in the screen. But it was certainly amusing if you're into that kind of thing and want to go check it out.
Nice. Well, I'm not. Go ahead, Kendall.
No, I was gonna say mainly just sports again over here, which has been fun. Been getting into basketball a little bit. That's also part of the ESPN Plus situation, college basketball.
Bingo.
So that's been fun. Normally not a regular season college basketball guy, but I finding out that's because I just haven't had access to it. And then the boys and I.
Turns out when you make sports hard to watch, people won't watch it.
Exactly.
As it turns out.
Shocking.
Yeah. The boys and I one night found ourselves alone, and so we started rewatching Red One because we had a blast watching it last year, and so we watched about the first half of that one this year. It was cool.
That's awesome. Sherry and I did the Christmas adjacent beloved Die Hard. We watched that trilogy a week or two ago. We're going to watch 4, I think, and probably skip 5. But not something I'm watching, but something that I was very interested to see. Steve Burns from Blue's Clues is launching a podcast called Alive, meant to help millennial adults get through adulthood. She's like emotional support and love and encouragement for free. But what I saw first was his Instagram reels talking about it. And just like in the show, he's like looking you dead in the eye through the phone. There's like gentle music playing in the background. And he says something like, "Hey, did you have a hard day? I see you. It's going to be okay." And he's just like so genuine and sweet.
Is he still doing the thing where he like asks you a question, waits a moment, and then assumes the answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, again, don't tell anyone from the greatest generation that adults need emotional support encouragement to get through life because it's too hard. But I was just like, what a sweet, he's just all the best parts and sweetness of Steve wrapped up in a new Instagram handle and new podcast. And so, yeah, check it out. We'll include the tag so you can start following. But he's had some really interesting guests and really thoughtful conversations already. And yeah, he said he wants to make it Blue's Clues for adults and offer people who love the show when they were kids or not emotional support and education now that they've grown up. And then somebody commented and said, Steve about to fix an entire generation for free. Love it.
Word.
So pretty cool of Steve Burns. So check it out, maybe, or don't. Let us know. Anything else, boys?
The only other thing that I'm curious if anybody else has gone back and rewatched, I remember thinking at the time that Hawkeye, the MCU show on Disney Plus, was a really fun kind of Christmassy
Oh yeah.
action show. And I haven't gone back to watch it since it came out. And I feel like that's one I need to try to fit in the next week. 'Cause it was
That deserves to be like in the Christmas movie discussions that we have every year.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I remembered it being a really fun Christmas superhero miniseries, and it was like 6 or 8 episodes or something. It couldn't have been that long. So, yeah, I need to rework that one back in and give it a rewatch and see. I thought about that earlier today and thought that deserves it. I agree. That deserves to be in the mix. So maybe other people have been watching it this whole time and I haven't, but
Yeah, if you're into the Christmas adjacent movies, Ranker lists these as the top 10. So there's obviously the overt explicit Christmas movie, but here's the top 10 Christmas adjacent. Die Hard number 1,
Mhm.
Gremlins number 2, Trading Places number 3, number 4 Batman Returns,
Mm.
The Long Kiss Goodnight, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Iron Man 3, LA Confidential, When Harry Met Sally, and In Bruges, or In Bruges, whatever, however you say that.
I'm going to also throw in one of my favorite kind of campy, silly, cheesy movies that's Christmas adjacent. Not Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That's about Thanksgiving, but they do slap a Christmas logo on it to make people watch it. I was going to say Grumpy Old Men with Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon because it takes place in winter and it definitely feels Christmassy, even though I'm not saying it's in the top 10 above those movies, but I do think it should be in the mix if you like lighthearted movies that take place in the winter. Also, my wife Bree really likes New in Town as
it's a good one.
with Harry Connick Jr. as one of those sort of Christmas adjacent movies. So love it. That's great.
Some comments: Ghostbusters 2, 1941, Enemy of the States, Batman Returns, Behind Enemy Lines, Lethal Weapon, Gremlins. Anyway.
Oh, Lethal Weapon. Yeah. That makes
Fun
sense.
stuff.
Lots of good ones.
All right. Well, what if somebody has a beard and wants to get some really good locally made products with all natural ingredients, guys? What should they do?
Oh, they should go to rtsman.com. That's rtsman.com.
That's perfectly clear. Yeah.
Artus. Artusman.com. It's on the screen if you're on the YouTubes. They've got hair products, they've got body products, but their bread and butter is the beard products. We are just 3 beard oil salesmen because we have used their products and continue to use and purchase their products for ourselves. If you go there and you fill your cart with all kinds of things that are going to make you or your loved one's beard smell, look, and feel great, you're not going to be disappointed. Go ahead and slap the middle into the discount code when you're checking out. If it's your first order, you're going to feel the joy of 25% off. And then in perpetuity, we and you and Artius Man will all be happy.
Love it.
It's artiusman.com, artiusman.com.
That's 2 uses of the word perpetuity in one day. That's impressive. You guys are smart.
Yeah,
hey, thanks for tuning in, Middlers. We love you.
I'm a philanthropist.
Enjoy the ramp up to this holiday season. If times are getting tough, go check out Steve's podcast and Instagram handle. He'll talk you through it. It's going to be fine. We love you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.